Sheldon Ian from UNICEF, and also Dr. Kim, and also Woodwhite, my colleague from the SPC. It's a pleasure to be here today and again to receive some more support for our testing in terms of the RNA kits and also the 4 GeneXpert machines. Here with us today are some people who are very important to our fight. The leaders leading and the group here at Fiji CDC have been working really hard throughout the whole year, more than a year, and also more importantly during the times that we have COVID within the community and the local transmission. So I just want to start first by thanking you and your team, Shalini and Kalina. Thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing, and also Woodwhite, Dr. Daniel and your team, Nawali. And we are hoping that, as you know, that with Lotok and Lambasa having the ability now to do GeneXpert testing, that we can be able to share the machines out and reduce the load. And you also know that the caliber of testing that's coming out of Lotok and Lambasa, NCWM, is something that you've been happy with. So by doing that, hopefully we can be able to share some of that load out and allow you to have a little bit of rest. So once again, on behalf of our very grateful nation, I want to say thank you to you. And thank you, Woodwhite, for supporting the team. I also just want to say thank you again to our partners, UNICEF and WHO and SPC for supporting us. As we discussed, there are many things that with the first, last year with the first 18 cases that we learned that we can be able to share with the Pacific, and there are opportunities in our learnings to be able to do the same. So again, thank you for the support. I also like to pay tribute to all those who are working very hard on the ground. I've been seeing things happen over the last week and a half, watching how our staff together with the disciplined forces and everyone, frontline workers, the testing teams, and I know that they work really long hours. I've seen the reports come through and I'm just really grateful for all they do. And also to Dr. Fong for leading us during this difficult time in terms of what needs to be done, and Dr. Alicia and also the team there. So really, from me as a minister, I'm just really grateful that we can work together, that you're working very hard here at Fiji CDC, and I'm very grateful that there are opportunities now for spreading the testing out as much as we can, as safely as we can, and so there are more opportunities for testing. But also want to remind us of the important messages, and that the public health measures are so important that we must stay, because when we stay, the virus doesn't move. The virus can move to us, nor the virus can move away from us. And the washing of hands, and obviously mask. And so blessed to be able to see a lot of people that are masking, but also glad to encourage everyone to be able to do that. Because by doing that, then we also leadership and responsibility, then we can be able to overcome this mountain and allow our frontline workers some ease and comfort so they can also rest. Now, William, thank you.
It's really an honor to be here. It's an honor to be here to show our support to the excellent leadership of the Ministry of Health and the partnership with our friends from SPC and WHO. We have here for us new tools to help the government speed up testing. We know that testing is absolutely critical to make sure that we get an end to this current outbreak. We know that it is part of a recipe that includes strong contact tracing, a recipe that includes isolation, physical distancing, and good hygiene. All of these together with the immunization, the vaccination that is also going forward, are critical for making sure we end this epidemic as quickly as possible. Again, on behalf of UNICEF, I want to thank the leadership of the minister and his team for the fantastic support and their work to ensure that all Fijians stay safe. Thank you very much.
It is absolutely true that we wouldn't want to be here if we could avoid it. But now that we're here, I think the response that we mount is important. And I'm really appreciative of the work that the Ministry of Health colleagues have been doing with partners over the last week or two. I think we're making good progress. I think that the work needs support from the community, such that people follow the directives as highlighted by the Ministry of Health and the government in general. I think that very clear message of stay home, don't move, don't let the virus move with you remains extremely important. And as we chase the virus down by making sure we find people who might have been in contact and then we can test them, you would agree with me that it's critical that we're able to do those tests on time, at the right time, and get the results quickly. Which is why WHO has been working with the ministry to make sure that we have the supply to be able to do the tests. And it's great that we got those supplies in urgently last night. We are now able to continue testing without any interruption. That is really, really critical and important. I'm glad that in partnership we're able to do that with the ministry. And we will continue to support all the other measures that the ministry is putting in place for public health measures from, as Mr. Yet said, hand washing, wearing your mask, staying at home, making sure you report your symptoms if they come up, and you go to where you've been directed to go. But the key message remains, please stay home, don't move with the virus, and really adhere to all the directives from the government. Thank you very much.
The SPC stands ready to support the ministry's ongoing efforts to get ahead of the outbreak that's occurring in Fiji, and commend the leadership of the Honourable Minister and the Permanent Secretary in their efforts that has been ongoing now for over a year. Thank you very much.